Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome back to the Minecraft Pocket Edition video. Today I want to talk about a brand new update which just came out today. It's called 0.16.0, and it's available to download right now for pretty much every major platform. So, presumably you've already downloaded that if you care about your Minecraft PE, but the thing you might be curious about is what exactly is inside this update. It's called the Boss Update, but what exactly does that mean? Well, today I'm going to be going through 16 0.16 features to help you understand a bit better, and hopefully you do will enjoy this. If you do like it, like the video, let me know, because it helps out the channel, and this way you do like these sorts of update videos, let you know exactly what is inside it. So yeah, 16 0.16 features. Let's get straight into it, shall we, with the very first one. So it's called the Boss Update, and one of the interesting, ways they define boss is by defining the Elder Guardian as a boss, which, by the way, you can find guardians and monuments now, which is a whole cool thing. So yeah, if you go, and this is my simulated monument, by the way, if you go into, anywhere around the world, you can potentially find monuments, only in deep potions, and inside those monuments, you're gonna find yourself guardians and Elder Guardians, which, speaking of which, Elder Guardians are a brand new spawn egg, exclusive to the Pocket Edition version of the game, so if you want to spawn in a bunch of these dudes, because you love the way they give you the mining fatigue, or you just love the size, look how giant these things are, it's something you can now do. You can just spawn them in with a spawn egg like this. So there are brand new spawn eggs in this update, so not only can you spawn in guardians, like you can normally find in monuments, but you'd also spawn in more Elder Guardians, again, something that's just like that, but also you can spawn in with skeletons and stuff like that, which I find pretty cool personally, and yeah, that's something you can do with this update. So brand new spawn eggs and brand new mobs are found around the place, and by the way, this mob is a boss mob here. I don't know why there's too much of a big difference there, but apparently on other editions, it's not officially a boss mob, but on the Pocket Edition, it officially is, because it's in the boss update. I don't know why that's a big deal, but the Minecraft wiki claimed it was. With that said, let's move to the third feature in 0.16, which is actually going to be the Arrows of Decay. So this is one that I think actually is a really cool feature, because it's a Pocket Edition exclusive again. So like the Elder Guardian egg, this is actually exclusive to the Pocket Edition, where basically you can now wither something by using the arrows of... They're basically withering arrows, but they're called the Arrows of Decay, and they have the wither effect attached to them. So yeah, by shooting arrows like this, so all we have to do is fire at that, you'll see that they have the decay effect. Basically, as well as doing damage on the hit, they'll also do what is essentially poison damage, but the reason that withering is so much better than poison is because unlike poison damage, which can only take down to half heart, withering damage can actually kill you. So basically, they've added a whole new layer of poison to the game. It's exclusive to the Pocket Edition, and it doesn't have too much of a purpose yet, but it's going to be one of those cool things that eventually develops to the other editions, I guess, and I think that's quite cool personally, and it's something that you can now do as of this update. But in case you're like, what, I really love the withering effect, but I'm an old-fashioned guy, I don't like my arrows with stuff on, I prefer my splash potions. Well, good news for you, because you can throw splash potions of withering at stuff too. So, just like this, you can see so much withering, and actually the effect on it, as you can see, Arrow of Decay, 5 seconds, potion, 30 seconds of withering too. This thing is absolutely lethal, and again, it's going to be very OP in any situation you're using it. So, yeah, withering potion basically allows you to use super poison, which, just in case you figured, Minecraft needs super poison, game's got you covered with a whole bunch of them, which, if you're in creative like I am, you can throw a whole bunch like this. But what if you don't want to be in creative like I am? What if you think, what, I'd like to switch to survival? No longer will you have to hop out of the game, because they've added a brand new option, which is useful for way more than just, switching to survival. But that's one of my favorite things to do, because basically there are now commands. So if you want to, you can type in, like I'm going to do here, game mode, game mode, and then I think it's just S we can do, although we'll do survival. Well, let's just try S, I actually haven't tried that before, game mode S. Okay, no, it actually has to be the full thing. But yeah, basically, there's a cool thing where you can do is you can switch game modes, you can change the time, you can do a whole bunch of commands. There's only 15 right now, but they're going to make it longer, or more, sorry, and that's something you can now do. Oh, it's because I didn't do a player, so, and then we'll do survival, and then we'll say Toycat, because that's me, I'm pretty sure anyway, and then we do that, no targets okay, I'm not Toycat apparently, I tried my hardest, but you can actually switch stuff, or if you want to, you can be like, I would really prefer it if it was midday, so you can be like, time set, and then you set it to I don't know, 2000. That's not midday, that's that's the opposite of midday, and then the time gets set to 2000. If you want, you can do a whole bunch of different commands. There are so many different things available. For instance, if you want to kill something, you can do that. Do you want to go for help? You can do that. Do you want to set someone as the OP? Do you want to set the world spawn? All these sorts of things, which were previously unavailable, are now available through commands, which is such a big deal. Commands to the Pocket Edition really is a huge deal, and it's kind of cool by itself, but it comes with the 6th 0.16.0 feature, which is the ability to autofill. You might have swallowed it there, but basically when you're typing commands, if you're not sure what they are, so /kill, then what you can do is you can obviously type what you want, and it will kind of guide you as you go along. So if you want, I can type kill Toycat, but let's not do kill Toycat, please. If you can do all those sorts of things, and it's a pretty cool little feature right there. So yeah, basically there's autofill. So if like me, you always forget how to do toggle downfill, then all you have to do is type toggle and be like, oh, it's all one word, because I always think it's two because they're two separate words. But still, toggle downfill just like that. And if you wanted to, you never would, you could turn on rain, but if it starts raining and you want to turn it off, you could turn it off that way. So yeah, handy little cool feature that they've added with 0.16.0, and it's the 6th of the features we've gone through today. So, oh yeah, I was going to switch to survival. Well, you know, we're not in survival, but that's fine. Let's talk about the 7th feature they've added for this update, because it's for both survival and creative, which we happen to be in right now, because they've made the sponge much, much better. So yeah, here's a sponge right now, as you can see. They've made the sponge so that it will work as like an actual sponge, like it does on the console and on the PC. So, like you can see, look at all that water just suddenly vanish. It's very, very cool to me, the fact that it works this way, because now you can do big draining projects on the Pocket Edition in Creative, much easier. But also, if you go to a Ocean Monument, you can now find sponges as on their loot, which just makes it a lot cooler in my opinion. Yeah, they made sponges better, they changed the texture, they changed the functionality, and they made it so you could obtain it in survival. Basically, again, it's like a TU31 or a 1.8, I think it is, feature, and it's cool that it's finally come to the Pocket Edition. I'm a big fan of that. So, the 9th feature here is one that I guess I don't know if this counts as an exclusive or even as a feature, but they basically removed an exclusive. So again, it's going to be hard to show this off, but imagine when I go to the crafting table, okay, you know, I'll just say what it is. Basically, they've removed the recipe for for cocoa beans. So before, the Pocket Edition had a really cool exclusive where you could craft cocoa beans if you wanted to. It was a really weird Pocket Edition exclusive. I don't know why it was there, but they removed it with this update. So yeah, imagine that you can't see a cocoa bean recipe. Oh, you can't. There we go. That's that. Yeah, basically this is a really bizarre thing because it kind of implies the game is moving in a different direction than the way it was before. You know, the Pocket Edition used to just add crazy exclusives, you know, just all the time. The fact that it removed one kind of interests me, because it means that they might be moving towards, you know, cross-platform a lot faster than we figure, which is, again, it's intriguing to say the least. So, yeah, basically they removed the recipe for cocoa beans, and I don't know how to show you that besides no cocoa beans. Again, imagine there's no cocoa beans. Oh, wait, you don't have to. There isn't. So, yeah, that's the 8th 0.16 feature. I hope that's the right number. Let's move on to the 9th one here, which is actually the new options menu. So, if you'd go into the options, like I'm going to do right here. Oh, by the way, I'm recording this with Airshoe for the first time, so if this looks awful, blame Airshoe. And if this looks really good, then praise Airshoe. But yeah, basically, the settings menu actually looks entirely different right now. As you can see when you go in there, boom, it's really nice. It's more like, I guess, the Windows 10. But I just like this one a lot better. As you can see, you can do a whole bunch of stuff here, and it's kind of separated like this. I quite like it. There's also new settings for keyboard and mouse, for control, etc. Again, I just think this is a much better menu. It's a little bit cluttered, like, look how much is going on here, but it means that if you want to, you know, toggle all your stuff, you can do that like that. So do I want to change stuff to the city texture pack? Guess what? I can do that, and it's something cool that you can do midway through the game. So, yeah, as well as the new options menu, there's also the fact that there are new options settings. This will depend on your version, which ones you have, but they've made it so the render distance, now if you have a device that can render more, it has the options to do so. If you're on the Windows 10 version, there's a toggle crouch button. There's a bunch of new options which are dependent on your device, and it's something you can find like that if you want to. So, yeah. Cool little thing that you can decide to do. My gamer tag is Toy Cat. I must have done something wrong earlier. Anyway, with that said, let's move on to the 10th, 9th. I'm sure the number is obvious to everyone else. The next feature in this update. So the next feature, the 0.16.0, is actually a creative one, because they've made it so you can now obtain monster eggs in creative. So I'm going to have problems finding them, because I always do. So monster eggs, that's fine. And basically, you can now find monster eggs in the creative menu, as well as just in survival. Let's find these monster eggs. Are they over here? Because basically before they were survival exclusive, which was a bit of a bizarre thing to do. Okay, we're going to find these things. Oh, on the Windows 10, if you wanted to, you could search for these. You wouldn't have to just be like, there we go, there's our monster eggs. So monster eggs, if you don't know, they're the name for, you know, anything block that spawns a silverfish when you break it. So obviously we're in creative, but if we broke it in survival, boom, just imagine there's a silverfish coming out. So very accurate, right? Yeah, that is the 11th 0.16.0 feature. It's pretty cool if you want to make, like, custom maps and stuff. I've never actually used monster eggs for anything besides showing them off in videos, but maybe someone out there is like, I really love my monster eggs, and I am so happy. If that's you right now, I don't know, have a high five from me. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next 0.16 feature, which is actually that was a Q&A exactly mode there, which is actually to do with the beacon block. So the beacon is something which a lot of people are obviously understandably excited for, because it's such a piece of endgame content. Now you have the ability to go for it on the Pocket Edition. Works exactly the same as it does on the console and the PC. Got the exact same menu even. I'm impressed at how well they made this menu work on the Pocket Edition. But yeah, boom, as you can see, there's the beacon menu on the Pocket Edition. Looks suspiciously similar, doesn't it? But yeah, the next feature here, the 13th one, I guess that would be, is the brand new blocks available in Creative and Survival. As you can see right here, we've got our Prismarine bricks, we've got our Dark Prismarine, we've got our Prismarine, and we've got the Sea Lantern, which you can't actually see right here. But yeah, they're found in Ocean Monuments, and if you go to one of those, you can get new blocks, which I think is pretty cool. I like new blocks, and I know a lot of people do too. if that's you, then good news. There's new stuff there. So let's move on to the 14th little feature in this update. And you can probably guess, because obviously there's beacons. How do you get the beacons? Well, you do this. So the Wither has finally come to the Pocket Edition, and it's actually, surprisingly, a harder fight than it is on the other versions. So, as you can see, looks like the same old Wither. He's going to destroy my beacon. He spawns in faster. When he gets to 50%, he'll spawn in Wither skeletons to protect him, and he just is way more deadly in general. He is one of the most ridiculous pieces of endgame content, and as you can see, I'm going to die at this rate. So, yeah, rather than dying, I think I'm just going to fly away and, like, lure him away, I guess. Maybe. Or is he just going to... Yep, he's just destroying everything. Well, I'm glad that Airshoe is working. If it isn't, then I guess you're not seeing this video. And let's move on to the 15th feature in this update. Is it 15th? Yeah, it'll be the 15th feature, which is to do with the fact that one of the biggest changes for Minecraft in general has finally come to the Pocket Edition. So, as well as how, in the same way that mods exist on the Java version of Minecraft, there's kind of an equivalent but different thing for the game called add-ons, or called they call them behavior packs in certain places. Basically, there's something called behavior packs, as you can see, as well as being able to have resource packs. You can have behavior packs. So behavior packs are things like the alien thing, where, oh, all the mobs are aliens now, or stuff like that. There's so many cool things you can do with them. They've only really launched 2 so far, so we're going to wait for the community to do more than that, but they are a really cool feature. They're here in the Pocket Edition now for the first time. They're coming to the console at some point in 2017, and they might come to the Java version, but that's like a far thing. But yeah, they're here in the Pocket Edition right now. They even work on iOS, because you can like run them in the game. They're really cool. They work all within the boundaries of Minecraft, so they're not mods, they're just like mods, and it's a really cool feature if you ask me. It's the 15th feature right here. That's so cool, and I'm looking forward to see what people do with this. It could flop, but it could be one of the biggest features in Minecraft ever. With that said, let's move to the final feature here, which is honestly, this is only here because there was only 15 features, but I need a 16 one to make it catchier, because when you try and close Minecraft now, because, you know, we're done with this video, let's try and leave it. Now when you try and close Minecraft, it will warn you and say, do you really want to exit Minecraft? And then you'll say cancel and you'll just go back into playing it. But yeah, with that said, I hope you did all enjoy this video. If you did all like it, like the video, let me know, because it helps out the channel, and lets know you do like videos on the internet. Share the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Let me know what you think of these videos, and if you want to see them every time an update comes out. I'm considering making some add-on videos as well, so comments, they're good for letting me know your words. Isn't that crazy? And like if you liked it, share if you liked it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Please stop with her.